Howdy folks, Nathan here with what is arguably one of the best looking vehicles in its class. This is the brand new Mazda CX-50 Turbo All-Wheel Drive Premium Plus. In an outstanding white. This is one of the few white colors that actually looks really good. It's got a metallic feel to it. Beautiful. And I know some of you are saying right now, it's a Mazda. Come on, it's not that pretty. But actually look at it. They managed to make it look elegant, slightly manly, and absolutely delectable. With almost every line on this car. I mean, just doing the squared off fender over there gives it a little bit more of a machismo look because there's that extra plastic cladding. And that actually helps, in my mind, give it a little bit more of that manly flair. Otherwise, it would be, I don't know, Roman would call it feminine. I would just say that it's shapely. Because look at those fenders, the way they bulge out there. Whoa, very, very cool. Big rear exhaust, and for a very good reason. This has a 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine, and it is remarkably powerful. And we'll get to that in just a second. This also has all-wheel drive, but it's not just any all-wheel drive. Mazda has perfected predictive all-wheel drive, a system that I personally think is one of the better ones in the business. I'm not kidding. And in addition, this is somewhat off-road capable. No, I'm not going to take it to Moab. Roman would kill me. But both Zach, the producer, and I have not driven this yet. So in this video, this is really our first drive. And I'm really excited because we're doing it out here at Winter Park, Colorado. Okay, guys. Mazdas have been great with interiors over the past few years. They went from being plasticky, small, and not very useful in my book, to this. That is a 10.25 inch screen. Now, base models will give you a smaller one that is going to be around a little over 8 inches. This one obviously is the one you want. But, let me shut this off so it doesn't yell at me. But, there's more. Because unlike a lot of vehicles, Mazda still uses some analog gauges, but they mix it with digital. And I love that. So I'm going to actually start the vehicle. Check this out. So you have the analog sweeps, right? But this is all digital behind it. It's really an interesting mix. That screen is pretty clear. Manual switches throughout. This is nice having these. And then down here, this is the infotainment setup. There we go. All right. Now this is similar to the iDrive system in BMWs in terms of its location and what you're doing with it. It's not the worst system, it's not the best system. I believe, let me see here. Nope, it's not a touchscreen, or at least this part isn't. Let me see here. Nope, it's not. So, overall, not a bad system in terms of its feel and where it's located. This definitely feels good. And volume control right here, thank you very much. But I wanted to direct your attention to stuff like this. I love this stitching. Doesn't it look great? It's actually a character in itself. And it goes to the seats with the matching stitching going throughout. Now bear in mind, this is the top dog. This is the very top of the line. So you're getting everything, including this panoramic moonroof. And at the end of this video, we will discuss pricing. But in between that, we're going to take this thing for a little bit of a ride. Now I can tell I'm going 20 miles per hour because I actually have a heads-up display, and it's one of the few that's working with my polarized lenses. Normally I have to shift my head to the right to actually see what's going on. So that's cool. The driving position in this is almost ideal, but there are a couple of weird things with it. One is that I'm not that tall. I'm actually shorter than Andre and Roman. And I'm still not far back enough for my legs. I would like about a ½ inch more, wouldn't we all? And that would give me the ideal seating position. But as it is right now, it's not too bad. I keep going back and like trying to get the seat to go back further, and it's not doing it. And I do tend to sit almost bolt upright, so some of you guys won't have to worry about that because you won't sit this way. However, it's just a personal thing. Now, in terms of driving dynamics, this is a little bit sportier than I expected, but it also has what I like to call the Mazda road noise factor. And that is, as you are cruising along, and once we get up to speed here, you may be able to hear it, you're going to hopefully hear a little bit of road noise, and that's because there's a good deal of it. It's not horrible. Can you hear that through my mic? It's pretty loud. Fortunately, it has a decent stereo system that does help. For me, it gets rid of the voices in my head as well. But it's a little, I don't know, everything about this car is so good, and the road noise really is something that stands out. And the seating position. That's it. I love everything else about this car. So check it out. Under the hood, we have a 256 horsepower 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. That is if you put premium fuel in it. And it puts out 320 pound-feet of torque. So if you get the base model, which you can get in all-wheel drive and all that stuff, but it has a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, puts out far less horsepower. Still a 6-speed automatic transmission. So Mazda's still in love with those. I have no problem with it because these have proven to be very efficient, and I do like how long they hold gears. I'm gonna go up this hill a little sporty. Nice engine note. I'm not gonna go too crazy with the paddle shifters, but I just wanna do it right at this curve coming up because it's a hairpin at 10 miles per hour. Yeah. Now, once you are too high at revs, it's not going to let you use them, but it works really fast. Check this out. It's a slow drop on that one. Wasn't as good as I think it could be, but still sporty enough. And the cool thing about a car like this is it actually can do a little bit on the dirt. And I think it looks like $1 million. I really like the design of this thing. I would personally love it if they can make the seats a hair softer, come back a little bit further, and maybe just use a little bit more sound deadening. This thing would be damn near perfect. Corners nicely. The cool thing, and one thing I really like about Mazdas tend to hunker down, even cheap ones, when you're going around corners, and there's rarely any body lean, and that's going way back in Mazda's playbook. I'm talking about their early generation Mazda 5s, which were kind of like minivans. Even those things cornered really well for what they were. But this is on another level. The rest of the vehicle, considering that you're paying basically in the mid-40s, I don't think it's so bad. I just really wish the road noise wasn't as pronounced as it is. But otherwise, well done, Mazda. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, which isn't just me, and that is the price. Now, standard, without any of the other goodies, and there aren't that many goodies, this vehicle starts at $42,300. This one, as equipped, is basically $44,000. Have a look here. Sorry, it's not a very good copy, but you can see $43,970. Is it worth it? Well, it's not as expensive as a Lexus NX. Yet, if it weren't for the road noise, I would say this is a better car than that. I'm not kidding. It handles so well. It sounds good in terms of engine. It's good economy. I mean, this is 25 miles per gallon combined. Not with my lead foot, but that's potential. I love the way it looks. It's utilitarian. I can fit in the back seat behind myself. All of these things are pluses. I am looking forward to having more wheel time with this in the future. But as it stands right now, yeah, I think Mazda did a really good job. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is it worth 44 grand? What would you get instead of this? I'm kind of curious. I'll see you guys next time.